You know the moment. The song has not reached the part yet, but your body already has. Your breath catches. Your skin rises. The note is still coming. That timing is our first clue. Expectation can start the response before the peak. So why can patterned sound recruit reward, arousal, and skin? And why does the same song sometimes do nothing? Start with what actually reaches you. A speaker moves air back and forth. Your ears translate those pressure changes. Nothing in that description sounds powerful. Yet one familiar passage can tighten your chest. It can lift every hair. It can even bring tears without sadness. Ordinary vibrations become a full-body event. You usually do not choose this reaction. You cannot simply order it on command. Often, your explanation arrives after the body. That delay is scientifically useful. Meanwhile, your auditory system organizes change. It groups timing, pitch, and texture into patterns. Those patterns let one moment point toward another. Prediction begins inside perception. The skin change has a plain name: piloerection. Tiny muscles pull individual hairs upright. In furrier ancestors, that response had clearer practical effects. Human skin still carries the machinery. Cold can trigger that machinery. Threat and intense arousal can also recruit it. Music can sometimes reach the same visible endpoint. The route and experience need not match. Researchers often use the term aesthetic chills. These can include goosebumps or shivers. They may also involve tears or a caught breath. Not every chill becomes visible skin. That gives us two important separations. Not every goosebump is musical pleasure. Not every musical pleasure produces goosebumps. The overlap is real, but incomplete. The visible skin says arousal reached the body. It cannot identify the trigger by itself. Context decides whether raised hairs accompany cold, alarm, or aesthetic absorption. In 2001, researchers studied 10 music students. Each brought music that reliably produced intense chills. The team compared those passages with control music inside a PET study. The chill moments came with bodily changes. Heart rate, breathing, and muscle activity shifted. The researchers also measured changes in reported pleasure. This was more than a poetic description. Brain activity also changed in regions linked with reward, motivation, emotion, and arousal. Those systems normally help organisms value important events. Here, patterned sound entered that conversation, but 10 selected participants cannot represent everyone. PET activity shows association, not a complete mechanism. The study established a strong clue. It did not discover a goosebumps button. The body was not decorative evidence. It was part of the event being measured. Goosebumps were one outward trace. Several internal changes traveled with them. Researchers also face a timing problem. A chill unfolds across seconds. Reports, physiology, and brain signals need not peak identically. That makes the next study's time separation important. A 2011 study pushed the timing question further. It combined PET and fMRI evidence in a selected chills-prone group. Participants again used music linked to their own peak responses. The patterns differed across time. Activity involving the caudate appeared during anticipation. The nucleus accumbens became more prominent near peak emotion. Dopamine evidence accompanied this larger time course. This matters because the response was already developing. The musical high point had not fully arrived. Yet expectation was not passive waiting. It had its own measurable signature. Dopamine is not liquid happiness. It participates in learning, motivation, and reward. Its presence does not explain every tear or raised hair. It is one evidence layer. A chill is better pictured as coordination. Auditory systems track the sound. Reward systems value what may happen. Arousal and autonomic systems prepare the body. These processes can overlap. Imagine a melody climbing 4 clear steps. Your mind sketches a likely 5th. The music pauses. That empty landing suddenly feels charged, although nothing has played there. An exact landing may feel satisfying. A random crash may erase the forecast, but a delayed or bent landing can preserve both recognition and surprise. The expectation stays alive. Your forecast has at least 2 ingredients. Recent sounds create short-term sensory expectations. Learned musical knowledge supplies longer patterns. Neither ingredient must be fully conscious. Pitch is only one source of expectation. Rhythm can promise a return. Harmony can imply movement. Intensity can suggest release. A familiar sound itself can become the awaited event. One study modeled over 1,000 chords. They came from 739 American pop songs. Sensory and cognitive expectations made independent contributions to rated, surprise, and pleasantness. That study did not test every chill. It studied musical expectancy and pleasure. Still, it supports an important bridge. Music can shape feeling by managing what a listener expects. Call that space the prediction gap. This is our editorial model, not one proven mechanism. The forecast must be strong enough to matter. The turn must remain meaningful. There is no universal sweet spot. Too much predictability can flatten tension. Too much disorder can destroy the forecast. Personal learning, style, and attention move the boundaries. Familiar music gives prediction an advantage. You know where the voice may break. You know when the harmony opens. That knowledge lets anticipation begin earlier. Knowing the destination does not erase every uncertainty. Timing can still stretch. A voice can change texture. Your attention can uncover details that were previously invisible. The listener also changes. Attention may drift. Fatigue, setting, and listening goals can differ. Personal meaning can become vivid or distant. The recording stays stable, your state does not. A passage may also carry a memory. That memory changes what the approaching turn is worth to you. Sound supplies structure. Your history can supply personal stakes. Familiarity is not the absence of uncertainty. It is a richer map. Small deviations become easier to notice. Known destinations can also carry stronger personal value. So the same song can produce different outcomes. The forecast may remain available, but attention, state, and meaning determine whether that forecast becomes emotionally urgent. Then comes the uncomfortable comparison. Some people report chills often. Others rarely do. Some may never notice them. That variation does not rank anyone's humanity. In a 2024 study, 49 participants completed 2 fMRI sessions. Researchers examined auditory reward connectivity immediately before listening. That pre-listening pattern predicted several later chill measures. The targets included reported chill duration and skin conductance. They also included activity in the nucleus accumbens and insula. The model generalized to an independent dataset. That is impressive, but not causal proof. Connectivity predicted responses in these tasks. It did not establish a necessary chills circuit. The pattern may also change with state. Another project studied 2,937 Southern California participants. They encountered 40 audio or audiovisual stimuli. Reported chills varied across people and material. This dataset makes individual differences impossible to ignore. Yet this sample came from one region. Much of the outcome was self-reported. Culture and stimulus choice also matter. Large does not mean universal. These projects answer different questions. Imaging can compare signals and timing in detail. A larger dataset can reveal broad variation. Neither alone explains every listener or culture. If you rarely get chills, nothing here diagnoses you. If you get them often, that proves no special sensitivity. These are variable responses, not personality test results. Now we can assemble the timeline. First, current sound meets learned musical knowledge. Together, they generate a forecast. Familiarity can make that forecast especially detailed. Second, the music approaches a valued turn. Attention can narrow. Arousal can rise. Reward-related anticipation may grow. The body is already entering the event. Third, the turn arrives. It may confirm the forecast. It may delay or bend it. Surprise alone is not the goal. The change must still carry meaning. Fourth, several systems coordinate around that moment. Pleasure may peak. Breath and heart activity may shift. A shiver or goosebumps may appear. None is guaranteed. Finally, the event becomes part of memory. The next listening begins with a changed forecast. Repetition can therefore strengthen anticipation, even when the recording never changes. No single experiment proved this entire chain. It is an evidence-grounded synthesis. Different studies illuminate different links. Active questions remain about causation, timing, and individual variation. You need no conscious theory of harmony. Learned patterns can guide expectation without verbal labels. Your body can therefore reflect a forecast that you cannot yet explain. This explains the opening mystery. The body can respond before conscious words because prediction has already begun. The peak note is late only to your explanation. It also explains the inconsistent favorite song. The sound can stay constant. Your forecast, attention, and personal meaning can change. The resulting bodily event changes with them. Goosebumps are not the song's meaning. They are one bodily trace of a valued, structured event. The deepest response may happen without them. The visible response may remain brief. Next time a song catches you, notice the timing. Did the shiver follow the note? Or did it begin during the approach? That private detail is the interesting clue. And if your skin stays quiet, nothing failed. Music can matter without a visible chill. A body response is evidence of an event, not a score for feeling. A musical chill is not one chemical switch. It is a timed convergence of prediction, value, arousal, and body. Sometimes the convergence starts before you know its name. Thanks for listening with us. Subscribe if you want more everyday mysteries unpacked with evidence. Sometimes, your skin hears the approaching moment before words arrive.